What's up, party people? In the last 3 months, or actually less than 3 months, I've made about $67,000 just helping local business owners get Google reviews. I won an award. I use HighLevel to do it. I white label HighLevel and sell the automation services of just getting these local business owners more Google reviews. I sell it to them for $100 or $300 per month. And so today I'm going to show you what happens after an onboarding call. What we need to do, what do we need to go through, how do we need to make sure their account's set up correctly, how do I make sure they stick around and pay us for years to come, how do I make sure they get a bunch of results and reviews and they're really super duper happy. And so we're going to walk through that today. So I put together a little bit of a checklist of what we do kind of post onboarding call to make sure everything is rocking and rolling and working properly. All right, so the first thing to do is you want to connect a Google Business Profile to their HighLevel sub account. And so it's important to note that you should do this on the onboarding call. So on the onboarding call, you should just get them to navigate to Launchpad and click on connect here and connect their Google Business Profile. But let's say for some reason they're having an issue and they wanted to add you later or connect it later. They can add you as a manager to the Google Business Profile and then you can connect it. And so if they add you as a manager to a Google Business Profile and you want to connect it, you're going to go to Launchpad, you're going to click on connect, you want to connect this Google Business Profile icon right here. Your Launchpad might look a little bit different than mine. That's just because I use a tool called HL Pro Tools to customize it all. But if you just click on reconnect right here, or it'll say connect for you, it's going to prompt you to log in with an email to manage your business. So after you click on connect, it's going to take you here where you can choose what email you want to connect to this account. So it's important that when you connect this email to the sub account, you need to make sure that this is the same email that manages that Google Business Profile. And if you connect more than one emails, you're going to have to go to settings and integrations to make it primary. So I'll show you what that means here. So if we just click on this right here, and then you want to click on continue, and then you want to click on allow, sometimes this page will not actually pop up. So what you have to do is you have to click on the browser and make sure you have allow pop-ups turned on. You might have to refresh and just start the process over again. But from there, what you want to do is you want to make sure you connect the proper Google Business Profile. So if you have a bunch attached here, you'll see that they'll pop up. But you want to connect the proper business profile and then click on connect. And then what's so annoying is that sometimes this normally does not say that it's actually connected. So to make sure it's actually connected, you have to go to Reputation. You have to go to and just see if the reviews have been pulling through. So if the reviews are pulling through and you can see the reviews, or if you go to settings and you go to review link, so you can see actually here in the review link, it says that it's not actually connected. So let's see if we can figure out why. If we go to settings here and we go to integrations, and you can see we've got an email connected here, but it says error while connecting on the Google Business Profile. So we'll click on connect again, and we'll try to connect again for some reason and see if it works now. Connect, confirm, and now we can go back and we can see, click on review link, and now we can see the Google Business Profile is connected, and we can select the page here. So now we know that it's actually connected. So that's how you connect a Google Business Profile. This should be done on the onboarding call. So the second thing is importing their list of previous contacts. So this is where we want to use this list for review reactivation. So we want to use this to get them a bunch of reviews up front. And so how you actually upload this list is you should have gotten this list on the call. So on the call, you need to go to their CRM, go to their whatever they use to manage your business and export that list. They either need to send it to you or they need to upload it themselves on the call. But once again, if you didn't do it on the call, what you do is you come to contacts section here, you click on import contacts, you want to just leave it as contacts, you want to go to next, we want to drag a CSV file upload here. So let's find one that we can use, test CSV, here we go. And from here you want to do create and update contacts. And then what you have to do is you have to map the fields properly. So you need to make sure that these fields are mapped properly. Really the only ones we care about, first name, phone number, and email. But you just want to make sure that these are all mapped properly. And then you want to click on next. And then if you want to create a smart list, that's going to kind of segment this list into a separate setting of the contacts. You can do that here. And then also you can just make sure everything's mapped properly. This is just preview of like the first 3 layers of the CSV file, like the first 3 rows of the CSV file, contacts they have consent from. This is why you should get your customer to do this, or the business you're working with to do this, because this is them saying, hey, I consent that all these contacts have our permission to reach out to, etc. But on your terms and conditions, you should have, hey, any contact you email me, whatever, has consent to be messaged. So then you want to start bulk import. This is going to fail because it's got a bunch of dummy data on it, but you'll be able to see under bulk actions, you'll be able to see the test CSV file or the CSV file coming through. You'll be able to see stats. This is going to fail a bunch because it's just a bunch of test data, but then it'll load in as a smart list. So this is like an example of a smart list. So that's how you import the previous clients. So the third thing here is creating a personalized image. So this is what we send out with the review request. We do personalized image review request where we can auto-populate the end customer's name on an image so that every single review request we send out is completely unique and gets a much higher review conversion rate because they see their name on the image and like, oh, that's pretty cool. How do I do that? So to set that up, you want to go to niftyimages.com and you want to create an account. You just want to log in. Once you log into Nifty Images, I think it's like $20 a month or something. What you want to do is you want to click on create an image. You want to click on personalized image. You want to select an image here and you just want to select an image that isn't too big. So you want to make sure it's under 1 megabyte and you downsize. You make it smaller. You can do that in Canva. You can do that anywhere. And then what you want to do is you just want to add a shape. So you can just add a shape somewhere so they can actually see their name on it. And then you can click on add element, add some text, and you can add text to it. So if you want to do this, click on three dots, delete it over there from the layers, just over here in layers. We don't want to add text. We want to add a merge tag layer. So yeah, we want to use merge tag name. Click on that. Scroll down here. You want to make it like the proper size so it's not going to like overflow. And then you just want to, we now want to do just like exclamation point. For the preview design value here, you want to make it like at least 12 characters. In case somebody has a really long name, you want to make sure it all shows up. For the fallback text here, you can just put hey. So if something goes wrong or something, you can just add hey here. That's what's going to fall back to. And then I like to do like Oswald. It's like smaller. So you can make the text a lot bigger. So I think it's easier to read. And so yeah, do that. You can make it bold if you'd like to. And then you can do title casing so that if for some reason people have like weird casing in their name or something, or it's like the casing is all messed up in HighLevel, we can just do like title casing here. And then the first letter will be capitalized automatically. You just want to click on save and you can title it, test whatever. And then from there you can submit and then you're able to just grab this link. And so this link is going to be added in the custom values. And so we'll come back to this link here later, but that's how you create a personalized image. All right, number 4, turning on AI review responses. So turning on AI review responses is super easy. You just want to navigate back to your HighLevel account. You want to click on reputation. You want to click on settings and you want to click on reviews AI. So if you can't find this, you might have to go to your agency level and make sure it's enabled for the sub account. And so to do that, you just need to go to the agency level and make sure you have it turned on. If you can't figure that out, just contact HighLevel support. They'll help you out. It's not complicated at all. But once it is turned on, you just navigate to reputation, reviews AI, turn on auto responses, turn on the source. So you'll make sure Google's added as the source. You can respond to Google and Facebook reviews if you want to, or just Google. And then you can choose what you want to respond to. Do you want to respond to all the reviews? Do you want to respond to 4 stars and above? And then you can choose a wait step. And then also at the bottom, you can put a specific thing at the bottom of every review, like, thank you, this was great, whatever. And then if you're having trouble seeing the save button, you do not have to have AI employee to use this feature. It's just like the UI is really weird down here. And so the save button just hides. So you got to be a little crafty with it. I don't know why they do that, but if you like open this up on a new tab and change it, you'll be able to save it. So anyways, yeah, so that's how you turn on automated review responses. It's super simple. That's literally all it is. All right, automated review posting. I have a whole video going over automated review posting, but I posted it earlier this week. So you can just like watch that video here for a more in-depth tutorial, but I'll show you really quickly how we turn this on. We just go to social planner or marketing, and then click on the social planner section of it. You need to make sure that their accounts are connected. So their accounts, their Facebook accounts, Instagram, all that stuff, you need to connect that on the call. It's a lot easier to get them just to connect it through the sub account if they're logged in as a user than it is to get somebody to add you manually to their Facebook. Holy crap, that's like the hardest thing in the world for no reason. And so yeah, you want to make sure they connect it before. But once you have their accounts connected, you want to click on new post, you want to click on post reviews, and then you want to choose the source. So you want to choose Google reviews again. This is like, where are these reviews coming from? Like, what are the reviews that we're posting? Where are they coming from? Google or Facebook? And then obviously you only want to post 5-star reviews. And you can choose the social media accounts that you want to select. So you can just select all or whatever. Then you can choose the frequency of the posts. So we can do like every week. We can do 1 post a week on Mondays. And you can choose feed post and Facebook story post. And then if you have Instagram connected, you can post on your Instagram story as well. And we'll click on next and we can add an image. So you can add custom images here. So 1024 by 1024, you can add an image and you can kind of upload it so that it looks really nifty and cool. Or you can use kind of their default templates. I'd recommend just like getting their logo color as like the background and then like putting their logo at the bottom, or you can use some of their photos and stuff. But we can see here, we can preview, you can add a caption like, thanks for leaving us a review. You can use only the initials of the reviewer for like privacy, or like you cannot use their name at all, the reviewer's name at all, or you can add the full author's name, stuff like that. And you can change the font size, etc. And then you can see like a preview of you can see a preview of each story. Like this is a story post. It kind of just like doesn't expand it. It just looks like that. And this is like the actual post. And you can change the colors of everything. So you can change the opacity. So that's really cool. Like if you want to change the text opacity, which I don't know why you want to do that, but you can change the box opacity. So that's cool. You can make the box look like see-through or whatever. And then we could make this a different color if you wanted to, and you could change the star color to like white or something. Really whatever you want to do, you can kind of play around with. You're just boxed into the fact that, hey, the review has to go right here in the center, and that's kind of the format of it. Then you can just create posts. And then once you create the posts, you'll be able to see that you can edit it if you go to, let it load here for a second. If you go to your social planner, you go to content and you can see the post, you can come in here and you can edit the post. You can turn the post off, like pause it, or you can just delete the post. And so you can kind of manage how it works there. So number 6, changing the custom values. So the custom values are basically the key to onboarding a new client. So this is like the brains of the operation here. So if we go back, we go to settings of this sub account, we go to custom values. You can see these custom values control how this sub account operates and the values and the words and stuff like that. And so you want to make sure you have your Google review link, their Google review link added here. And so to get that, you go to reputation, you go to settings, you go to review link, you click on Google Business Profile, you select the page, and then it's going to pop up with the link right there. If we go back to the custom values, we can grab a logo link. So logo link is just grabbing their logo, uploading it to media storage, clicking on get link, and then uploading that link here. And so one thing you want to do with this logo link is you want to upload it to Canva and remove the background. So make it 400 width by 160 height, and you want to remove the background. So it looks good on the email templates, it doesn't get squashed, all that stuff. And then just upload that link right there. The personalized image, this is where we upload that nifty personalized image. You copy this link right here, all the way up to the equal sign. And then what you do is you add equals contact.first_name. So curly bracket, contact.first_name. If you need to find that, you can just go to custom fields and you can look up first name and it will pop up. There you go, first name, and you can just copy that unique key right there. That is what you add at the end right here. Business owner first name for text and emails. When we send out these text and emails, say, hey, this is Clay from Review Harvest. Hey, this is whatever your client's name is. You add their first name here. Make sure this is only their first name. So this first name is also added as like the from email. It'd be like from Clay, your sending subdomain.com or whatever. And so if you have a double name here with a space, it's going to throw an error. So you want to make sure that's only one name, no spaces here. So just Clay or just Roger or whatever. This is like their business name. It needs to be consistent with the sender ID of the phone numbers. And so if you go here, you go to advanced settings and go to compliance. Once you choose an SMS provider here, you'll be able to kind of adjust your compliance settings and make sure your sender ID is consistent with the custom value business name here. Domain after the @ for emails and subdomains. So you go to email services here, see what your default provider sending domain is. You probably configured this based, if you've watched any of my other videos, watch my video about how to send emails and how to get your emails delivered in HighLevel. And you want to just add this, you just want to copy this, and you make sure that this is added to that custom value. How many review requests should be sent every 14 days? This is basically a counter. This is like a counting number, a metric that we're kind of going to figure out what we need to do. And so let's say an integration is broken or somebody says they're going to manually upload new clients. I want to be notified as the person that's helping them get reviews. If they're not adding contacts, I need to be notified because then we're not getting them reviews and they're going to churn. And so what we can do is we can set up a notification system here just by changing this number to say, hey, if they have not sent X amount of reviews in the last 14 days, I want to be notified. I want to notify the client that they need to upload contacts. And so this is all baked into the snapshot that I give to my affiliates. So it's really easy to set up. Literally all you do is you just choose 0 reviews every 14 days. So that means it's not going to fire off. You don't need to be notified either way. 1 review, so they have to send at least 1 review request every 14 days, or 5 or 20. So you want to add one of those values there, and then you'll be notified if it is less. If it's more than that, you will not be notified and just starts the count over every 14 days. Number 8, how many times should we follow up for a review? So what this is that there are certain clients, like let's say a recurring service, a pest control service that comes to your house every single week. They probably should not be getting 3 follow-up requests. right? And then they're always going to be in a workflow. They're being added every week from the trigger or the automation or the integration or whatever. They're being added every single week. And now they're getting followed up with 3 or 4 times. And now next week they get added again. So they're constantly in a follow-up. And so for recurring services, you probably want to set this to 0. So they just get the initial review request. And then they get 1 follow-ups, 2 follow-ups, 3 follow-ups, whatever you set here. So here you can basically just set how many review requests. So this isn't the total messages. This is the follow-ups after the initial message. All right, number 9 here is review requests in the last 14 days. This is just that counting widget. You don't want to touch. This is just that counting metric. You don't want to touch it. This kind of helps out the number 7 one. So just leave that. And number 10, ask for a referral if a customer has already left a review, yes or no. So we have a referral system built into the snapshot where if a customer has already left a review and they're re-added through the integration, then we request a referral. It's just a nudge saying, hey, thank you so much. Our business mainly grows off of word of mouth. Do you know any friends and family that would be interested in our services? Please share us. That's literally all it is. And so our workflows that request reviews, if somebody has already left a review, they're going to go, and if they have the tag clicked, they've already clicked the link to leave a review, they're going to go down the path, and then it's going to ask, do we want to send referral requests, yes or no? If this is yes, then it's going to send a referral request. If you fill in no here, it's not going to send a referral request. And so what you want to do is, you might have really high volume clients that are getting 500 new customers a month. You probably don't want to have referral requests turned on here. You're just going to get a lot of just wasted text, really. But if you are, maybe lower volume, they're more high touch business, they're doing high end, they're doing, expensive work, then one referral to them could be huge. So it's definitely worth texting about, right? And so, that's kind of the brains of the snapshot. That's how you kind of customize custom values. Number 7, using the review faces page if you like. So what this is some people call it the review filter page, the review faces page, whatever, but is that we don't recommend having this on. We don't recommend turning this on by default. We don't recommend it to any of our clients. It's just if they really, 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 really want it, then we'll give it to them. But baked into the snapshot, you go to marketing if you go to sites and you go to funnels, you'll see the review faces page. You can click on this review faces page and you can just click on preview page and you can just grab this preview link. And so you can see this is coming from that logo link we added. This is dynamically coming from the custom value. This link right here, this green smiley face, is taking them to the Google review link that is in those custom values. So literally everything, all the brains of the operation is based off of those custom values. So this takes them to Google to leave a review, and then this takes them to internal page to leave internal feedback, and they can still leave a public review down here to kind of be more compliant. But all you want to do is you want to copy this link of that preview page. If you want to adjust that link, just go to your agency settings, go to company, go to white label, and then go to API domain, and then that kind of adjusts what your preview link looks like. But what you want to do from here is if you want to send people to that filter page, instead of sending them directly leave the link to leave a review, you want to go to marketing, you want to go to trigger links up here, and then you just want to change these trigger links to go to that preview link. So instead of this custom value being in here by default, you just paste that trigger link, that preview link of that funnel in there, and now it's going to take them there instead of your directly to the Google reviews. So that's how you can turn on review faces if you want to. Once again, we don't recommend doing this. Number 8, testing all the review request workflows. So this is probably the biggest pain in the butt part of the process. But what you want to do is you want to go to automation. You want to make sure you have 1 or 2 contacts uploaded at least. So you make sure you have 1 or 2 contacts uploaded here. And then what you want to do is you want to go to automation. You want to go to review workflows. And then you want to test the review reactivation campaign, and you probably want to test the normal review request campaign. And also you're going to want to publish this workflow after you test it so that it can come through and people can start being added and stuff. Everything else by default should be fine. You can leave all this other stuff on by default. It should be pretty chill. So if you click on review reactivation here, how you test it is you literally just add a contact. So click on test workflow, add a contact, paste it in there, run test. You want to click on enrollment history after you do that, and then you want to force the contact through. So you just click on this force step over and over and over again. And once you click on force, it's going to not let you see it again. So you have to click back here. So let's just force it real quick. Then click back, see how it's not letting you do it, and then now you can do it again. And so I'm just going to remove this because I don't want to send text or whatever. But you just force it all the way through, and then you go and check every single text and every single email and make sure that it did not land, the email did not land in spam. It might land in promotions. It's really hard to keep stuff out of promotions. Try the plain text email. That's baked in the snapshot already. It's really hard to keep it out of promotions. It's possible, but it's just part of the hassle. But the text is where you're going to get most of the bang for your buck. And so make sure the text goes through and it looks good and the personalized image looks good. And then make sure the email goes through and all the links work and stuff like that. So test the entire workflow and test all these workflows. So I'm just going to turn these off for now because I'm not doing anything with it. So draft workflow, but that's how you test the workflows. Just add it and push it through. Number 9, create the review widget and send it to the client. So this is going to go into the launch email here in a second. But to create the review widget, you want to go to Reputation. You want to click on Widgets, and then you can click on Create New if you don't already have one. It should be in here by default. Yeah. And so what you want to do is you want to go to the widget section. You should already have some in here by default. So you can just edit them or you can create another one. But I'll just create a new one for now. You can choose the template. So if we look here, they've got a couple different templates. I think Legacy looks not great. And so I normally go with like List or Masonry or one of these. You can edit a bunch of settings here. You can change all the colors. You can remove AI summary. You can remove the reviews that don't have any text. You can change kind of the text on it or whatever. But you just want to click on Save, and you can title it whatever you want to title it, Test, and make it default. So if it's not default, even if you give them the code, it's not going to show up. So make sure you make it default and then grab this code right here, copy this, and then just save this for later. We're going to email this to the client for a launch email. All right, so that's how you create the widget. Now let's talk about adding contacts to the review reactivation. So this is really simple. We just want to go to the contacts page, and you'll see under bulk actions, you'll see like, okay, the import is complete from when we imported the list earlier, and we can see our smart list that we added. And so from here, you just want to select all the contacts. So it's a bad example because there's only one, but you just want to select all the contacts, click on Add to Automation, click on OK Proceed, and you can see we can add it to the review reactivation campaign. So we're reactivating all these customers, so we need to add them here. And we add in drip mode. This is just for tracking, so you can just title this whatever for tracking. You can start whenever you like to start. We normally start at 10 a.m. the next day or 10 a.m. whatever, just any time as long as it's not too late or whatever. And then we normally do 2 review requests, 2 people added to the workflow every 20 minutes. Just depends on the size of the list, depends on how popular Google Business Profile is. If it's a brand new Google Business Profile, they have a big list, we might do 1 every 20 minutes instead. And then you want to start from like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's kind of the times that we do. And then you just add to automation. And once you do that, you can see, you'll be able to see it under bulk actions as well. So if you go to bulk actions, you can see show stats. You'll be able to see how things are going. You can edit the details. You can view the details of, hey, here's what's going on. Here are the settings that you configured. And then you can like cancel it or pause it or whatever. So I'm just going to cancel this for now. And then what you want to do here is we want to create the CRM integration. So I have a whole nother video going over how to create the CRM integration using GHL connector and then also using Zapier. And so we'll link both of those videos above so you can just navigate to those videos and watch how to create the CRM integration. And kind of the thing that fires off the review request on an ongoing basis is through the CRM integrations, whether you're doing it through Zapier or whether you're doing it through GHL connector. You can kind of do it one of 2 ways. You can do a new contact created, automatically adds to review requests. So you can just turn this on. Let's say they're adding them manually. You don't want them to have to add a tag or add a contact to a workflow because that's just more work. You just want them to be able to add a contact. You can just turn on contact created and it'll automatically send them a review request. Or you can just add people via tag. So GHL connector does the tag that says, and so you can do the tag like new sync if you're using GHL connector. So customer tag added is new sync. You can just add that there. Or if you're doing it through Zapier, you can just add the customer tag through Zapier when you create that contact. I have a whole video going over how to do that. And the last thing I want to cover is just sending a launch email. So in this launch email, you want to make sure you properly set expectations as to how many reviews they will get based off the number of contacts they gave you. So after you've imported that list, only a certain amount of them are going to come up and be good because of duplicates and messy data and all that stuff. So they give you 400 customers. You can say, hey, I think we can get you anywhere from 30 to 50 reviews, something like that. And so we also include examples of the following. So we send over an example of the personalized image that we created. We send over an example of the social media posting templates that we created for their 5-star reviews. We send over an example of the review widget they can embed onto their site. So a screenshot of it from kind of that little builder that we did. And then we send over the embed code and send it to their website developer and say, hey, here's how to do this, or here's a YouTube video on how you can use an embed code on your site. And then we also go over the best way to contact us for support, and we just send them that launch email. So that is how we set up a client after an onboarding call. Those are the things that we go through to launch their account and get them rocking and rolling and hopefully getting reviews on day one, and they'll stay with us forever or for a very long time and pay us for years and years to come. So if you're interested in this and you've watched this video all the way to the end, then you might want to start making some semi-passive income, white labeling HighLevel and selling it to local business owners. So if you're interested at all, the community, the HighLevel house is the place to be. So we're adding more training to stuff to this all the time. We go over exactly how to do everything. We have up to 3 coaching calls a week, 2 coaching calls for everybody where you hop on and I'll meet you exactly where you are, answer any questions you have. You can see people are getting great results, and we're really happy to have people in here. And so it's totally free. Just sign up with my link down below in the description to HighLevel, or you can upgrade your plan to the next level, or you can sign up directly to school and pay a fee. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, click here and on the next one. Thanks.